why should we be looking at technology for formative assessment? Now, I know that I will have colleagues who scream black and blue that technology is not the way forward. The final Year 12 exams are written. We need to make sure that we have our students being able to write. Okay, I'm not disputing that. At the moment, yes, maybe our final exams are written, but in the future, there's very, very strong likelihoods that these things will be completed using technology. We need to make sure that our students are competent users of technology. And by using technology for formative assessment is one way to start to develop that really informative, creative, sophisticated skills and learning that our students are going to need in the future. So, what are some of the reasons why you could use technology for formative assessment? Now, if you've noticed just here, I have put the word you in capitals. Okay, I want you to understand that you could use technology for formative assessment. I'm not saying you have to use technology for formative assessment every time, but think about how you could use it. So, here are some suggestions as to why we could use technology for formative assessment. So, we could use technology to provide instant feedback, okay, and make faster adjustments. So, getting our students to respond to something, okay, might help us adjust our following lesson or lessons to make sure that we are meeting the requirements of our young people. We could also generate higher student engagement through interactivity. Some of my best lessons that I have experienced with my students have been when I've used a tool, and I'm going to show you a tool later this year called Google Vids. If you haven't checked out Google Vids, it is such a powerful tool. And believe it or not, I have not seen my year 8 class that engaged with an activity ever before. And it was something that I really found interactive, and my students really showcased a whole heap to me, which was amazing. So, student engagement can be really heightened if we are using interactive, engaging technology in our classrooms. All right, we can use technology for formative assessment to support a range of learning styles. So we know that our students learn in different ways. I am definitely a listener. I don't like to write a lot. I prefer to listen and take things in. I might read something on a screen or look at some slides like I have for you tonight. And that's my preferred way of accessing information. Some of your students may be avid note takers. Some of your students may like to do something with their hands. They might be creative. They might like to, draw or do something with that particular style. So making sure that we are using formative assessment supports a range of learning styles for our students that we may have in our classes. All right, formative assessment and technology is great for both in person, hybrid, or online learning. So, if you are still in that kind of phase of COVID where you might have some students who might be in class, you might have some online students, maybe you're teaching at an online school, or maybe you're like me and you're completely 100% in person now. Formative assessment is so easy to do with technology in all three of these examples. So, using technology for formative assessment, if you're in class, if you've got a hybrid class, or you're an online class, is so simple. And finally, why should we think about using formative assessment and technology? Is it can save you time on marking and planning. Okay, so there's so many tools out there that we could use to help us regenerate, refocus, and actually figure out what we need to do with our students moving forward. So, just there are 5 very valid reasons why you could use technology for formative assessment in your classroom tomorrow. So, 5 very simple reasons why we should really be thinking about how can we use technology in the classroom for formative assessment.